Banning social media. Well, what has always been man's fascination is how to solve problems. And when I speak about man here, I'm talking about man in its gender neutral form, gender neutral sense in terms of males and females. We have always sought to solve problems. But in trying to solve problems, we need to understand first what the problem is. Let me go again. To solve any problem, you need to understand what the problem is. What better way to understand what problem is by going and doing research to understand what is, and after find out what is, so we can actually deal with a solution to the problem. When you think about banning social media, for argument's sake, TikTok, in case of Jamaica, is that a viable and the best solution? I'm going to give you my answer in a short while. Now, a number of killings have been occurring as a result of people expressing themselves on TikTok. Naya Gang is one such, and 41 Bossed is another one. Recent killings in Jamaica in the past 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. What we need to understand clearly is that a number of persons on TikTok are actually showing guns, telling others what they can do, and in many occasions, many instances, executing those plans, those ideas. And I understand want to find a solution for the TikTok phenomenon in terms of killings that are happening and the exhibition of badmanism, badmanness, brutality, viciousness. I understand. But my thing, let us research the matter. Let's understand it and not give a knee-jerk reaction to the problem. What exactly is the problem? A number of persons are thinking by banning TikTok, TikTok, listen it, TikTok, by banning TikTok will solve the problem. Now, banning TikTok, does that solve the gun problem? Does that solve the problem of men having guns? Does that solve the problem of men having ammunition? Does that solve the problem of knowing where somebody lives and actually go and actually carry out your act? Does that really solve any problem by banning TikTok? Answer me. So clearly, banning it is not the solution. Banning social media is not the solution because the guns are still going to be there. The ammunitions are still going to be there. The men who are carrying out these acts are still going to be there. All is going to happen is that we will not know what is going on. Allowing TikTok to continue gives us information. What the justice system ought to do now is to rise to the occasion, as Bujo would actually say. Rise to the occasion and deal with the issue. The justice system should be such that it incorporates social media, information on video as evidence in its full extent, its full gamut. And therefore, that now becomes evidence that can be used in a court of law. Think about it. TikTok is an information booth. Banning is not going to solve the problem. A number of us are not thinking carefully about what is actually going on. And the Prime Minister is actually saying ban TikTok. Mr. Prime Minister, that is a knee-jerk reaction to a problem that goes deeper, more systemic than what you are thinking of. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok is going TikTok on us each day, which means it's moving like a clock. Tick, 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 tock, tick, tock. We do not seem to understand the problem, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to try to understand what is happening on tick, 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 tock. You know what that means? It means time is going on, time is continuing. And by banning social media, we are not solving the problem. The guns are still there in the hands of the criminals. People are still upset with each other. There are still social confrontation that we're unable to address. We are not given good examples for people to actually follow. A number of persons are suffering, a number of persons are hurting, a number of persons don't have financial resources to maintain their families. TikTok, Mr. Prime Minister and the others, is a source of income for many people. When you ban that, it means that there's one more hungry belly to feed, which means TikTok will actually now die and TikTok will continue. What do I mean by that? Time will continue. So people are now going to what? And when I say people are those who are hungry, hurting with the guns, are now going to turn to the what? The law-abiding citizens to take what they have so they can get something. Look at it. We are not solving a problem by banning social media, particularly TikTok. It's a knee-jerk reaction. It is one that symbolizes frustration. It is one that symbolizes political irrationality. And it is one that symbolizes not understanding issues. If it is that people are having challenges with each other, buying a social media platform is not going to change them killing you. What they will do is to kill you without us having information that this was the case, or having information to provide us with a possible solution to your murder or to your physical harm. TikTok is giving us that information. Social media is giving us that information. And it's allowing the police to catch perpetrators at a faster rate than they would have to go to do their investigations. Think about what we are going to be doing if we were to ban TikTok. Tick, tock, tick, tock means that time is passing us by as we try to solve a problem which is deeper than tick, tock. TikTok just indicates what? Time. It's a social media platform that we are able to get information on a timely manner. We do not seem to understand that by banning social media, particularly TikTok, you're making the lives of police officers more difficult. And it will become increasingly more difficult to solve a number of these cases in a shorter time. But what I will actually say to a number of persons who are not looking at this thing is that when you try to solve a problem, you must first need to understand the problem. If you don't understand it, you have not solved it. TikTok will not solve the murder problem in Jamaica. Repeat that. Banning TikTok would not solve the murder problem in Jamaica. What is going on? There are some cognitively deficient individuals. There are some economically marginalized persons. And there are some persons who are aggressive. There are some persons who are psychotic. There are some persons who are depressed. There are some persons who are frustrated. There are some persons who are contemplating suicide. And all of that is happening to people. And they are putting out all these frustrations on TikTok and other social media. Banning it is not going to change that fact. The society needs to address this issue. We cannot continue to put a band-aid on problems in Jamaica. We have been doing that for years. And the results are clear that we have not been solving problems. What we have been doing is to mask problems because we are trying to be political. Masking problem is not a solution. It cannot be contemplated as a solution. It should not be considered a solution because it is ineffective, has not worked, highly inefficient, and will bleed us to death in a short time. Our society needs to address the socio-economic and psychological issues that are occurring in our people. TikTok and other social media are displaying the reality of the people. Those realities must be addressed. No political being should make politics of a matter that goes to the heart and the life of people. If we want to address the problems on TikTok and other social media platforms, we need to address the challenges, issues, and concern of the average man. The average man and woman are hurting in Jamaica. Psychologically marginalized, socially marginalized, economically marginalized, and they are exhibiting their frustration and these marginalization and these challenges they are experiencing on social media. Instead of us moving forward and addressing these issues in society, we are thinking of banning social media or using the band-aid effect. Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Andrew Holness, police officers, public health practitioners, social media experts, and other administrators and policymakers in Jamaica, we need to address the real challenges that are affecting our people. Our people are hurting. TikTok is only showing what the mindset of our people and the frustration of our people and the problems that they're experiencing in real time. Now you have real time information to solve real time problems. And if we are to ban TikTok, we will never address challenges in the society. And the society will continue to decay to the point of having few people in the society. Because many would have died because we have not addressed the problems. We have stood aside, we have let the challenges and the issues of people surmount to the point where people are unable to deal with these issues and therefore resort to killing another, maiming another, physically hurting another, because there is no leadership and no solution to their problems. If you want to do something for them, Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Andrew Holness, address the social, the economic, and the political issues facing the people of Jamaica, particularly those who are marginalized and the youth. Do I make sense? Do I make sense? Banning social media is not the solution to Jamaica's problems. Our problems have been inching, gradually moving up from small, taking up momentum, and now the ghost is in front of our eyes in a physical form, and we have not seen it. Let's address the problems. Let us address the problems. Leave social media alone. Let me repeat that. Leave social media alone. Address the challenges of the people.